and welcome to the Code Clarity podcast. I'm Jean.
And I'm Rena. And today we're going to be talking about some news about what's happened at Astellas at the C-suite level. They have merged their chief commercial officer with their chief medical officer, and a new position now called the CMAO. I think it's called Chief Medical Affairs and Commercial Officer or something.
Yeah.
But this has caused a bit of consternation, Jean.
Yeah, and I think I can understand why people are concerned, because obviously it's, the merging of medical and commercial, and that kind of traditional view that commercial, their role is to drive sales and to drive the increase in use of the products, whereas medical's all about, they shouldn't be driving the sales, they should be ensuring that the products are used responsibly. And obviously there's crossover there. If you're working for a pharmaceutical company, everybody's there to make sure that the products are being used effectively in the right people. But there's that need for separation between commercial and medical, I think, is what's causing the issues.
And I would, drill down all the way to, like, where is this principle come from? Where in the code or law does it say it can't? And of course, the law and the code doesn't say this must be separate. That's really a principle of lots and lots of case rulings. But what the codes do say is we can't promote off license, we can't promote pre-license, a non-promotional MSL. If they're going to be doing rep duties, must be a dual role. So if we drill down, the risk really here is on the ground, people in the field who may blur the lines between promotion and non-promotion. Is that a risk, do you think, at higher levels?
Yeah, well, if you think that when you go to the highest level, there's always someone in charge of the whole company who obviously has to bring those together, isn't there? So I guess it's at what level in C-suite are they far enough removed from that kind of day-to-day influence that they can have that objective kind of strategic view? Because as I said before, yes, you could say they've got different roles, but ultimately everybody working for a pharmaceutical company has the same aim.
Yeah, and there are cases about this, and I know we'll put like maybe a link to a case in the description of this podcast. But bear in mind, there are people listening to this, companies listening to this, who may think actually that might be something that we want to do for cost cutting or for whatever reason. What would be your two top tips to those people?
So I think the first one is recognise that there is risks involved, and there's compliance risks involved with having that combined role. So recognise it and then address them. So mitigate, think that these are the risks, and they could be real risks or they could be perceived risks, and then address how are we going to make sure that those risks don't happen. So what are we going to put in place to ensure and have that really clearly documented so that everyone within the company and outside the company is really clear that you are committed to doing the right thing.
Great. Thank you, Jean.
Bye.
Bye.